All right. Live 3 miles apart on the Lawrence Corridor in Chicago, it's
Semi-Regular Sundays.
It's our 78th remote show. Yes, we've done 78 of these with our special guests, Rivkah Reyes, comedian Nick Carter, comedian Jacob Williams, and the improv stylings of Ophelia's Rope. And now, the backup quarterbacks for the Kansas City Chiefs, Barbershop Bangers.
Stuart, what will you think of next?
I try to keep it topical.
I know. How did the Chiefs do today?
They just barely beat Cleveland. Apparently, okay. Patrick Mahomes might be injured for the rest of the playoffs.
All right. Well, that's, I guess put me in, coach.
I was going to say, because I feel like you've got the height, but I've got the arm.
Sure.
I'm just a random observation. Well, good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know Dan and I, we are the Flower Shop Bangers. Mm-hmm. We are an improv duo based out of Chicago. We have been performing together for almost 8 years, and we have been hosting remote shows pretty much since the beginning of the pandemic, almost 10 months now. What you're going to be seeing this evening is going to be a mix of improv, stand-up, and music. Mm-hmm. Now, Dan, before I tell everyone about all of our wonderful acts this evening, if you could say a few words about some of the ongoing fundraisers that we're trying to promote, as well as some small businesses that we're trying to support.
Yes, of course, Stuart. So if you look at the banner down below, you'll see kind of a rotating bit of images. So these are a lot of places that we think are just worthy of your dollars at this time. First, there is a GoFundMe organized by the comedian Chris Redd. Chris Redd is trying to raise money to support people who happen to contract COVID-19 at Black Lives Matter's protests. So yeah, you can find a link to the GoFundMe in the description of this event. Second, is the bar that Stuart and I usually host this show at, and that is Shakers on Clark. Shakers on Clark just opened up a new location. I'm sure they could use your dollars, and also they are trying to collect tips for their bar staff. So there's a link to the GoFundMe in the description. If you happen to be at home, maybe having an alcoholic beverage, and maybe give the money that you would have given to the bar to Shakers to try to help them during this difficult time. Third, there's a really great Black-owned gym in the Uptown community called Bodi Shak. Bodi Shak has really great classes. They're also, right now, they don't have their classes like they usually do, but you can book time slots to go work out and go get exercise. And also I have a link to their GoFundMe if it's not close to you and you want to give money there as well. Last and certainly not least, there is First Sip Cafe. First Sip Cafe is a really great coffee and tea shop in the Asia and Argyle community in Chicago. I have a link in the description to buy gift cards. Really recommend them. And also, if any of these businesses or campaigns are not like local to you, or you don't have like a passion to give to them, just go out and support your own local businesses. I'm sure there are a lot of things that are there that you just don't want to see go under. And unfortunately, a lot of things are right now. It's been really tough to sometimes see those lists come out. Also, I should say that if you are watching at home and you either like or comment on the Facebook stream or you comment on the YouTube stream, we'll be sure to give you a shout out during any interlude to try to let the comedians know that you are here and that you are enjoying the show. Back to you, Stuart.
All right, thank you so much. And again, if you have a small business that you want to see mentioned on our show, that you want to see promoted, please let us know. I mean, Dan loves doing this whole spiel twice a week. He really does.
Stuart has heard me do it. How many times now?
Well, this is show number 7. So at least 75 times.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Admittedly, those first couple of shows were kind of like a dry run. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't anticipate that we were going to be doing this for 10 months. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. But nevertheless, we're glad that we have a potentially international audience viewing this evening. I also want to mention that if you do miss any part of the show this evening, it will be archived on the Flower Shop Bangers Facebook page right when the show ends, which will probably be around 8:20 Chicago time. Nevertheless, we have a pretty stacked show for you this evening. Quite a bit of variety. Obviously, closing out the night are your co-hosts and co-producers, the regionally renowned Flower Shop Bangers.
Woo!
Right before the Bangers, somewhere in Los Angeles, the multi-talented Rivkah Reyes.
Woo!
Right before Rivkah, we have Boston-born, New York-bred stand-up comedian Nick Carter.
Woo!
I hate to break it to everyone, but it is not the Backstreet Boy. He will not be able to tell us how he beat Shaq, or at least how his brother did anyway. Right before Nick, we have the Houston-based improv stylings of Ophelia's Rope.
Woo!
And now leading us off is a really phenomenal stand-up comedian who has happened to have recently collaborated with a friend of the show, Rebecca Kaplan. He has a 1-hour comedy special called Unemotional Roller Coaster that can be viewed on YouTube. You can find him on Twitter and Instagram and all the other social media outlets at Mr. Jacob Williams. Please welcome Jacob Williams.
All right. Wow. Thank you so much. Good to be here. Thanks, everyone. Oh, thank you for that music intro. Appreciate it. So yeah, this is fun. Looks like a lot of people are muted. Whenever I do shows where everyone's muted, it feels like I'm telling jokes with no response. It's kind of like the first 2 years that I did comedy, basically. But so I'm very used to it. I think the worst show I did online at the end of my set, I was like, this was kind of weird because you guys were muted. This guy was like, actually, we weren't muted. But one time I did a show where someone accidentally unmuted himself and his friend is like, what are you watching? He's like, oh, it's the corny white guy from Wild and Out. And I had to be like, hey, the corny white guy from Wild and Out can hear you right now. So it was kind of weird. It was like I was hearing a YouTube comment live. But anyway, one time on YouTube, someone wrote, they were like, I think this is an actor pretending to be a comedian because no one's this awkward in real life. And I was actually really flattered. They thought I'd be good at acting because that was the first time someone said that. Anyway, I also, yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. I am glad that I feel like this Zoom show has better security than the Capitol, so that's good. I feel bad about, there's probably people that have to deal with like horrible pickup lines on dating apps now, like, are you the Capitol? Because I want to come quickly inside you. But anyway, I'm not great at dating. I'm always embarrassed if I'm on a date and my card gets declined, especially because it's a gift card and it doesn't feel that nice, you know. But anyway, I'm trying to learn about it. I actually just read this book called The Art of Seduction, and I also read a book called The 48 Laws of Power. And I don't know why I did that, but yeah. But yeah, I read those books. In case anyone's wondering why I seem so powerful and seductive, that's probably why. I'm glad you didn't laugh at that. I wasn't trying to be humorous. I'm just saying that's how most people see me. I did start reading this book called Getting Things Done, which actually is taking me a long time to finish it. So there's that. But yeah, I really miss the last year, like not going to see movies in the theater. Like if I watch a movie at home now, I'll just put on a podcast so it feels like there's people talking next to me the whole time. I went to see The Invisible Man at the beginning of last year in theaters, and no one sat next to me, as far as I know, anyway. But I now I'm catching up on these other movies like Mulan, which after all these months of social distancing, I wasn't ready for that graphic hand-holding scene. But anyway, I also saw this movie where Spider-Man has to save people from the Staten Island ferry. I wonder if like once they got to Staten Island, they're like, actually, can you put us back on the sinking boat with the supervillain? I hope no one's watching right now from Staten Island. I mean, I don't think they have Wi-Fi there yet. But I have this actually. This is like from a couple of years ago. I went to see the last Star Wars movie on opening night. So these are like my credentials to prove that I've never had sex. And anyway, I was watching a lot of scary movies for Halloween, and like I watched all the Insidious movies and all the Hotel Transylvania movies. Like if I meet a ghost, I don't know if I'm supposed to battle it or dance battle it or what. But from the Insidious movies, I found out ghosts have really bad social skills. Like they're always standing like way too close to you or way too far away. I feel like I think they're just really shy because they'll make a little bit of noise and you're like, hello. And they're just like, yeah. I miss going to haunted houses because that's fun. One time I went to a haunted house and I realized like I'm so awkward. I think some people were more uncomfortable around me than the actual haunted house. They're like, stay away from that guy. I'm like, I don't actually work here, just so you know. How I got less approachable than the clown with the chainsaw. But yeah, this one guy jumped out at me. He's like, I'm Dr. Fright. I'm like, I hope you're not a real doctor because that's not very professional. If you're jumping out and scaring people, that's just going to worsen their cardiac condition, if anything. If I showed up to an appointment and my doctor jumped out of a coffin, I'd be like, I got to switch primary care physicians right away. But I also, one time I was in this haunted house, I was the only customer, and that was a lot of pressure because I don't react emotionally to things. So if a ghost jumps out at me, I'm just like, whoa. But like if you don't scream, the rest of the people don't know you're coming, so they're not ready. Like you go in the next room, there's just a vampire drinking a Gatorade. But he has to try to save it. He's like, oh, it's a evil Gatorade. So there's that. But yeah, I was doing a park show this week, and before the show, I was hanging out in the green room, which was a porta potty, and I was when I came out to do the show, I thought it was going well, and then I realized the laughter I heard was just people having fun on a picnic. So, like, there was this one lady clapping. I thought it was because of my jokes, but she was just trying to get like her dog's attention. So that. But anyway, I have a pretty common name. My name is Jacob. Sometimes I'll hear like I can't tell if someone's talking to me or not, or if it's like a random mom talking to her kid, you know. Like the other day I heard someone was like, Jacob, stop eating fries off the sidewalk. And that one actually was for me. But anyway, I also, let's see here. But yeah, I'm excited that there's some improv on the show. I've been doing some online improv classes. And some of the stand-up comedians I know, like for some reason, they like judge improv, so I haven't told them that I'm doing online improv classes. I feel they'd avoid me more for that than like if I told them I had coronavirus. But sometimes if I'm doing improv on my laptop, I'll get worried like someone will overhear me and they won't know if it's like a scene or not. Like if I'm just yelling like I'm gonna burn this whole place down, like I feel like I have to go to my neighbors afterwards and be like, just so you know, that was not an improv scene. But yeah, now I tried these other online classes. I was taking a class on space exploration taught by an astronaut. So if I don't become an astronaut by the end of the class, I'm going to want a refund. But anyway, I also keep getting these ads for like a stand-up comedy class. I think they must have seen my act. But anyway, I also, let's see here. So there's that. No, I don't know. I mean, like some people have like a magnetic personality. I have more like the personality of someone who collects magnets. That's kind of. And I do have a lot of magnets actually. I have them here. If you don't believe me, but yeah, this is I went to see a play with some actors from Star Wars in it, and I didn't even have to buy a ticket. They just looked at me and they thought I was in it. They're just like, "You're good." That actually, it wasn't what I meant to say there. That was, I have so much Zoom fatigue. I just did a punchline to a totally different joke that I didn't set up at all. I picked up the wrong magnets and it ruined my act. I was supposed to say Book of Mormon and that they thought I was in the cast, but I said Star Wars. But I'm glad that the joke kind of worked anyway. I'm going to start switching all the punchlines to all my jokes. Just see if they still make sense. But anyway, so yeah, it was but yeah, that one was a Star Wars play. I couldn't even concentrate. Like the whole time they were talking in my head, I was just making lightsaber noises. And I did see a couple other plays. I saw like The Lion King. I cried during that. which sometimes people cry during my shows. It's more because they feel bad for me, so it's a little different. I saw one other play last year. It was before everything closed. It was Frozen, which I went to that. I thought it was like a seminar to fix my laptop screen, to be honest. I mean, I still don't know how to do that. I'm just gonna have to let it go. But which, by the way, if it looks like your screen is frozen, it's not. I just don't make a lot of facial expressions. So, I have one other magnet. This is from the Museum of Illusions. I went there a while ago, and I did find out a lot of the illusions don't work if you're by yourself. You know, like you're supposed to go in this one room, and it's supposed to make it look like you're way taller than the person next to you. But for me, it just looked like I was alone in a normal size room. So I was like, I wish they had an illusion to make it look like there was a friend with you. That would really help me out. Anyway, I think I have to wrap this up soon. I'll mention, I did have a few friends in the backyard come over recently, and my friend was like, hey, I think I got cigarette ash in your candle. I'm like, that's okay. It was like a $10 candle. She's like, oh, or I think I said $1, which it was. She's like, I'll Venmo you $1. I'm like, I just remembered it was a $250 candle. So anyway, I feel like I messed up a lot of my setups and punchlines tonight. Thanks for sticking with me on those anyway. And in conclusion, yeah, please check out my comedy special on YouTube. And yeah, the last thing I'll mention, someone did try to mug me a few weeks ago, and I think I'm a little too polite. This guy was like, hey, give me everything you've got. I was like, oh, no, thank you. But like, you don't have to be nice, and that's the truth. You're not supposed to be like, first of all, I'm very flattered that you would even consider me for this opportunity. I'm gonna respectfully decline. Anyway, but yeah, that's it for me. My name's Jacob Williams. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Jacob Williams, everyone. And again, you can find his comedy special, Unemotional Roller Coaster, on YouTube. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy and hectic stand-up schedule, Jake. We appreciate it. All right. So before we get to our next act, we have a couple pieces of business. First, Dan, our lovely webmaster, is keeping an eye on the Facebook Live feed.
Yes, I am.
Just checking to see if anyone has any comments, questions. You're just looking for a shout out. This is basically how we do audience interaction now. We're basically just feeding off of your random missives. Dan, how's it looking?
It looks great, Stu. Yeah, so I thought I'd give a couple shout outs to some people that I see watching, and that includes, let's see, that includes my dad, Bruce Anderson. Yeah, what do you know? That includes Mitch
Dan,
Kessler.
how's it looking?
It looks great, Stu. That shouldn't have happened. Yeah, no, that includes him. That also includes our comedy friend at the Comedy Clubhouse, Mitch Kessler. Mitch Romanowski, or Mark Romanowski. Shouldn't mixing up Mitch and Mark. Mark Romanowski, who watches just about every show at home with his wife Jordan. So great to see them. And I see Aaron Garrett. Yeah, so a lot of people watching tonight. Really, really great show so far. Yeah, and I think you'll also notice I just added a new banner to our little rotation here. That is for the Comedy Clubhouse. That is where we know Mitch, and they right now are opening up a new comedy program there. So hopefully the classes will start sometime in 2021, but we don't really know due to COVID. But they have several tracks if you are interested in improv, stand-up, or theatricals. Should be a really great program.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. So when Dan and I moved our show to Shakers on Clark in July 2018, crazy to think that was 2.5 years ago, we basically began a two-man campaign to save Chicago Barprov. So in a nutshell, in the early mid-2010s, there were improv shows in bars pretty much all over the north side of the city. Dan and I first cut our teeth at the Underground Lounge in Wrigleyville, but there used to be shows at bars like Mullins and A.J. Hudson's and Crocodile Lounge and the Horseshoe and a couple of others that whose names I can't think of at the moment. Jerry Sandwiches, I think, was one of them. And one by one, these bars, I started going out of business, or these shows started getting canceled, and also, people were also just kind of moving in a different direction. I mean, there was definitely a surplus of options as far as watching improv was concerned in Chicago. So, but again, Dan and I, are used to doing improv in bars. That's our bread and butter. And when we moved to Shakers 2.5 years ago, the very concept of Chicago barprov had its back against the wall. And as an incentive to keep Chicago barprov alive, especially since none of the bars are open right now, we have set up this improv tip jar. Yes, there is cash inside this tip jar, cash and change. As you may have noticed, this is made from imported plastic cup and duct tape. And it's not only a way to get people to be interested in barprov, but it's our way of giving back to our performers. At the moment, there is, as it just so happens, an exact amount in the tip jar tonight. There is exactly $28 inside the tip jar, which means split 7 ways, all of our performers tonight are going home with at least $4. Yes, we did not tell any of our performers tonight that this was technically a paying gig. So if you would like to support our performers tonight, you can go ahead and just Venmo Dan and I. I mean, we're not competing against each other, but you can either Venmo me or you can Venmo Dan. Our Venmos are above on the screen here.
Yes, they are. I put them right above your head.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, if you want to support the show tonight, please do. Just think, if you make a $7 donation, everyone goes home with $5. Don't ask me how I did the math in my head. Without further ado, our next act is an improv duo based out of Houston, Texas. I think we just had some technical confusion here. It just so happens that they were also recommended by another comedian who's a friend of the show, Steve Cohen. It is a pleasure to welcome to our show, Ophelia's Rope.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Ruth.
And together we are Ophelia's Rope. We have been improvising together for 16 years, the last 9 of which we have been as a duo. And we're very, very excited to have a chance to play together here with you guys today. So we do all kinds of things to kick things off for our opener, make up songs and poems sometimes, but we decided to go back to our duo roots and do what we first did. So we are going to use a sonnet, one of Shakespeare's 154 sonnets, to inspire our show today. And we will need one of the performers to give us a number between 1 and 154 so we can find out what's going to happen today.
88.
13.
88. We heard 88 first. So mine are in Roman numerals, so it takes me just a second to make sure I'm on. They are super hard. Okay, 88. When thou shalt be disposed to set me light and place my merit in the eye of scorn, upon thy side against myself I'll fight, and prove thee virtuous though thou art forsworn. With my own weakness being best acquainted, upon thy part I can set down a story of faults concealed wherein I am attainted, and thou in losing me shalt win much glory. And I by this will be a gainer too, for bending all my love and thoughts on thee, the injuries that I do to myself, doing thee vantage, double vantage me. Such is my love to thee, I so belong, that for thy right myself will bear all wrong.
Oh, Carolyn,
What?
look, the figurines are just not looking right today. You know, I have been dusting them and polishing them up and trying to get them ready for company, but they do not look good.
Well, Bertha, that is because you cannot polish figurines.
Well, you certainly can. You can polish anything you want. You just take a polishing cloth, Carolyn.
All right. Semantics. Yes, you can polish figurines, but then they lose their identity.
They lose their identity?
That's why you can't tell them apart anymore. Which one's this?
Well, I don't know.
Edgar.
Why
That's
does
right.
Edgar look like himself?
I know. He no longer looked like an 1840 Victorian man. Now he looks like he would be a jungle man.
Oh, I don't like it. What have I done? What have I done? I just wanted it to be nice for company.
Sometimes I think you care too much what other people think, Bertha.
Carolyn, I don't care too much. I care the right amount. I care the amount that my mom and my daddy raised me to care, which is completely and totally.
I know. And every time people come over, you feel the need to redo a room or like clean away all of our history. And I don't know why. Are you ashamed of being with me?
No, Carolyn, it's not that I'm ashamed. It's just that our history is messy. You know, if people knew how it was that you and I came to get together and some of the things we've been through together, I don't think they'd think I was very respectable anymore.
Cut to when they first got together. Why, hello there. I just love a lady who drinks a Corona outside of the 7-Eleven.
Well, you know, I've always thought that Corona tastes better when you can smell the dumpster.
Oh, would you like to share a Corona with me? I just bought a 6-pack.
Oh, I surely would. And those are the full-size ones.
Cut back to modern day. There is nothing wrong with meeting at a 7-Eleven, Bertha.
I know, but you know, everyone thinks that I'm the kind of lady who drinks tea and has these perfect figurines and needle points and goes to church on Sundays. And I just realized that I'm not that person. And if they find out, they may all just decide they don't need me in their life anymore.
Well, do you really need anybody in your life, Bertha? You have me.
I know, Carolyn, and you're really all I need, but you know, I get so worried.
But, why are you always putting a but on the ends of your sentences?
I'm always putting a but because, you know, sometimes you're not very good at being there for me when I'm upset. I mean, you're physically here.
Physically here. And I cannot help that your emotions then make me emotional and then I require attention to.
Well, I'm sorry, but sometimes I just need to explode and blow up. And I've got a lot of people in my life that let me do that, and you're just not one of them.
Well, maybe you should just walk out that door and walk to one of them.
Well, maybe I will. As Bertha throws the door open and walks out into the street, she crosses, almost gets hit by a bus, but makes it just in the nick of time. As the children looking out from the school bus see her going by, they're shocked that this lady didn't care about getting hit by the car. They turn to one another and say, "Oh my God. Oh my God.
She was jaywalking.
She was totally jaywalking.
We should write her name down and turn her into the police.
Well, I don't know who she was.
I mean, we could give a description. That's how police find people. I watch CSI every week.
Oh, like a detective.
Yeah, and if we gave her description to them, they could find her and then punish her for jaywalking.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, that would be great. Okay. All right, Jason, give me a pen.
I don't have a pen.
You don't have a pen?
No, we're not allowed to use pens yet. I have a pencil.
Okay, well, give me a pen. I don't think that the police are going to think it's very official if it's in pencil is all I'm saying.
I mean, people use pencils way before they use pens.
Thanks.
Huh.
Okay, so what? Hold on, my notebook is all crunched up here under my textbooks. It's all scrunched up. What? What?
I forgot to study.
You forgot to study?
Yeah.
You're gonna fail.
I know.
Jason, if you fail one more time, you're gonna fail out.
Maybe I'll just stay behind this year.
No.
Are you gonna write down our description? You're just
Don't look. If you stay behind, then we're going to be in different schools next year. 6th grade is a different school. We're not going to be able to ride the bus together. We're not going to be in class together. We're not going to be able to have lunch together.
maybe it'd be good, Chris. Maybe we're too dependent on each other.
Jason, come on. That's not true.
It is. I mean, we
Dad,
try out
talk
for
to you
everything
again?
together. Maybe.
Yeah. Your dad just doesn't approve of boys being close friends, but that's silly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Since we've been best friends, I've gotten involved in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Video games,
Football,
shoplifting,
soccer.
So yeah. It's good.
Shoplifting. Is it?
Yeah, we
I
got
mean,
so much stuff.
But like we're setting ourselves up for a lifetime of failure.
Maybe we're setting ourselves up for a lifetime of success by taking what we want. That's how you get ahead in this world.
I know that. I watch football.
See?
But is that the life I want for myself? Like, maybe I want to be a doctor.
Well, maybe you can be a doctor who shoplifts. Or maybe you can be a doctor who doesn't have to shoplift, but who knows that he could shoplift if he wanted to, which is powerful.
I feel like you're trying to convince me because you know that we're bro breaking.
We're not bro breaking.
Yeah. I feel like, well, I mean, I tell you I haven't studied and you immediately are like, you're going to fail out.
Well, I was just going to say that you should probably sit next to me so you can cheat.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
She had brown hair.
Oh, okay. Wow.
As the two boys wrote down the description of the jaywalking woman, the bus came to a halt. And as all the children gathered their things and walked out, birds flew over the head and started to poop on the little children. And the children were like, oh my God, and running and running and running. And the birds landed on the nearby school, laughing and looking down in glee.
Oh, man.
on his head.
That never gets old.
Never gets old. I am so glad we ate breakfast twice this morning.
Me too. I was already glad, but now I'm super, super, super glad.
I mean, separate breakfast was really satisfying, but then to just excrement on everybody is just, it's like fulfilling your chi inside, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Totally. Oh, that was good. I almost didn't want to come down here today because I've been feeling really bummed lately, ever since March took off, it's been lonely, I know she'll be back in April, but it's just, for now, it just feels weird.
Well, because you got to sit on eggs half the day.
I know. You get depressed just sitting there, sitting. You can't get up, and you got your thoughts. And
do you ever wish you were a blue jay?
All the time.
Because then you could just knock out someone else's eggs, put yours in, and be free. You're done.
Be free. Be free. Oh, they're so lucky.
Come back when they're hatched and be like, yo, I'm your daddy.
Oh,
but no,
man. I actually wrote like a whole fantasy script in my head for being a blue jay last week while I was sitting.
What?
I did.
Barry.
I didn't write it down anywhere, but it's in here.
Yeah, share it, Barry. Share it. Share it.
Okay, look, I think that if you heard what my fantasy was, you probably wouldn't even want to be my friend anymore because
Never! We are
It's really
friends
lame.
of feathers forever.
Friends of feathers forever. I know. But look, okay. Okay, girl. Okay. So I'm sitting, right? And I just start thinking about
Wait,
what.
you gotta pull it all out. Were you sitting on your nest? Were you sitting on a tree?
No, I was sitting on my nest where I always sit
Okay,
these.
okay,
Sitting on
yeah.
my nest. I'm sitting. I'm getting hemorrhoids from sitting for so long. And I just start thinking about Blue Jays and what it would be like. What it would be like if we could be Blue Jays, you know?
Mhm.
And the more
Oh
I
wait,
thought about
whoa, dude,
What?
I was part of it.
oh yeah, you're totally part of it. You're totally part of it. So
Oh,
it was
oh,
you and me.
man.
Yeah.
Feathers.
It was you and me.
Ever
And
and ever.
you helped me take the eggs over, and we
Yeah.
knocked out these robin eggs. We put them in there, and then we took off, and we had the most amazing day. It was a Tuesday, and we went to a bar, and we
Whoa.
had Bud Lights, like
Oh,
that.
and
that
fries,
people are just
fries off the patio,
left-
fries off the patio, fries
Yeah,
off the
fries
patio.
off the patio. Fries off the patio. It was the best day. It's the best day. We had so many adventures that day, and I just kind of hoped that you, I don't know, like if you heard the fantasy, like you might think it was as cool as I did, you know?
I think it's cooler, Barry. Cooler. Friends of feathers forever.
The feathers forever.
As the birds beat their wings, a woman scurrying by, headed to a cafe, looks up at them in odd disarray. And she keeps going down and running and running and running.
Oh, I wish Carolyn would come and find me. I'm making a big
Bertha?
point.
Bertha,
Carolyn!
get in the car.
Okay. Thanks for coming to get me.
Well, I followed you the minute you ran out of the house. It just
I know.
was a
I'm
little
sorry.
delayed because I had to grab the keys.
I'm sorry, Carolyn. I was trying to make a big old point.
No, you made your point. I need to give you your time to be the center of our relationship, and I don't always do that, and I'm sorry. Hold on, let me just pull over. I just want to say, well, I don't know what I want to say. I guess I want to say that I love you. And
I love you too, Carolyn.
maybe we can make a schedule so that each of us gets a day to be the one who can be emotional.
I like that. I'll take Monday through Friday.
All right.
Ophelia's rope, everyone. Thank you so much, Ruth and Autumn. We sincerely appreciate it. Again, that's Ophelia's rope from Houston, Texas.
Woo!
All right. So Dan, just a quick check-in before we get to our next act.
Sure. I thought I'd give a couple shout outs. One is to Adil Salinas, and the other one is to Yosarian Bullock, who is asking for advice on writing jokes. And I guess my best advice is write what you think is funny and then test it in front of an audience.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I appreciate Yas, and good to hear from you again. Also, I just want to mention again that if you have missed any part of the show so far, this whole show will be archived, saved on the Flower Shop Bangers Facebook page. That's at facebook.com/flowershopbangers. Also, I want to mention that every fifth remote show that we've done has had some sort of theme to it. And next Sunday will be our 80th remote show. Tonight is number 78. This Wednesday is 79. This Sunday is number 80. And that will be our all Massachusetts night. We've done a whole bunch of geography themed nights, and we're setting our eyes squarely on the baked bean state. A whole night of Nor'easter comics. And it just so happens that the next comic in this show is originally from Boston. He is now presently based in New York. Has a pretty prolific Twitter and Facebook presence. Please welcome to our show, Dan Carter.
Hi. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Thank you for having me. This has been a lot of fun. Everyone seems really nice. It is. Let me just get this out of the way first, okay? I feel like you're all, or at least half of you, are thinking, "That's not Nick Carter. That's awkward Bobby Flay." You know. And the other half of you are thinking, "Oh my God, what happened to Nick Carter?" You know. It's honestly very difficult performing comedy with that name. The worst gig that I ever did was for a bunch of 13-year-old girls at a bat mitzvah. And they brought me up, and then 60 13-year-old girls all collectively went, "Aw." I haven't disappointed that many 13-year-old girls since middle school. Like, horrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Don't have a famous name. My dad's name is Jimmy Carter. My cousin's name is Vince Carter. Like, it's ridiculous. All I need is a son named Coach. I'm all set. I swear to God, I have more jokes other than just name jokes. Okay. No, this is not going well. The pandemic is making me so depressed. I've been so depressed about being a young comedian that I went to go throw myself from the balcony. And then I remembered, oh, wait, I'm a young comedian. I don't have a balcony. Okay. Very tough. If you're wondering, stand up, don't do stand up. Don't do stand up. Stand up has made my life miserable. It's ruining my life because before I started stand up, I just wanted to be a nice person. I just wanted to do nice things. Now, all I want to do, start a podcast. And I'm starting to do stand-up stuff every day in real life, which is not good. I was on a virtual first date the other day, and I'm asking her, all the normal questions. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? She's like, wow, you really like me. I'm like, honestly, I'm practicing crowd work. I'm sorry. I'm not interested in you. I'm sorry. I have a show. This isn't a date. It's a very expensive open mic. I'm so sorry. Actually, I recently went on the worst date of my life last week. The day of the riots, I had to go on a Zoom date. Ooh. How's that for an icebreaker, Well, our democracy is ending, but are you enjoying your wine? Awful. But that actually wasn't why it was the worst date ever. It was the worst date ever because she found out that I was a comedian and then for 2 hours asked me to roast her. She's like, roast me, make fun of me. I'm like, do you think our maitre d' is Jeff Ross? Like, what? Like, what do you, like, it's 7:00. We're on a date. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. Who wants to go to work? You're a TSA agent. I'm not asking you to give me a full cavity search. Like, come on, Also, like, is that what you do? Is that like how you do first impressions? Is that what you do at job interviews? Walk into the office and be like, oh my God, what a lovely family picture. Is that your son or a family pet? Hire me, doesn't make sense. I have been, I feel like everyone's life is a mess. At least that's what they tell me. I've been gaining so much weight. But the annoying thing is my friends keep saying that I'm not gaining weight. And I know that I'm gaining weight because my jeans are tight and the scale says 190 and my phone stopped recognizing my face. The filters that people use, I have to use those to sign in to my phone. Like, it's ridiculous. It's awful. I wake up, I feel like I'm turning into a middle school girl. I'm growing breasts, I have childbearing hips, and I need a mirror to see my genitals. It's, And I really shouldn't complain because I'm just a lazy man. I don't do anything. I don't do anything to change it. I do, nothing. I'm so lazy that growing up, my entire church group referred to me as the inactive conception. I'm so lazy, my mom really didn't even give birth. I just kind of fell out. Popped out. Done. 2 days ago, I had a lucid dream, okay? That's where you can do whatever you like. I took a nap. I dreamt of myself passed out on the couch watching football. I could have been an astronaut. I could have been a goddamn space alien. I went with deadbeat dad. Like, what am I doing? You know, I don't know. Uh-oh. Let's get back. Sorry, a little technical thing. Just flashed on my phone that I'm in my computer. That anyway, doesn't matter. I am home right now. I've been visiting my folks. I am back in Boston, which means I've been really nostalgic. I've been thinking about my childhood a lot. And I realized that like high school was really tough because they thought I had a learning disability. And then for years, I used that as an excuse for everything. The first time I ever 69'd with a girl, I was a virgin. I had no idea what I was doing. I accidentally licked her butt instead of her clit and then was like, my bad, I'm dyslexic. So sorry. You know, like, I'm sorry it's taking me so long to figure everything out. I am used to extended time. You know, I don't know. Not a virgin, slow learner. Okay. But sex is completely ruined for me because I work in a mental health clinic as a day job. And now my first thought is always mental health oriented. My girlfriend and we were making out, and then she whispers in my ear, Nick, I'm going to kiss every inch of your body. Isn't that hot? And I was like, try obsessive. Okay. That's not sexy. That's concerning. Do we need to talk to someone? Babe, I love you. I love you to death. You're the best. You're great. You don't need to compensate for anything. Your stories are fantastic. Jokes could use a little work. Stories are good. Keep up the classes. Mental health is very tough. I've realized working in a mental health clinic, especially if you have older parents, because they don't get it. I recently told my dad that I was mentally ill. His advice to me was, Nick, don't worry about it. It's all in your head. Oh, thank you, Dad. Thank you so much. Very nice. Very kind. He is older. He is an older man, which means he's way too honest with me. I love him to death, but he's way too honest. I was visiting him, and he's like, Nick, I got to tell you something. He's from Boston, so he actually speaks with a Boston accent. Nick, I got to tell you something. I'm like, Dad, I know I was an accident. He goes, accident? You weren't a fucking accident. You were a mistake. We didn't forget to put the condom on. We planned you. You were a bad plan, bro. Like, you're like a timeshare. You're a bad investment, but you're our bad investment. Go get him. So that's very challenging. My mom, on the other hand, she wasn't too honest. She just wanted me to be a D1 athlete, and I feel bad because I am not a D1 athlete. She always cheered me on like I was playing a sport, and it didn't matter what I was doing, where I was. She always cheered me on like I was playing a sport. I could hear her every day go, Nicholas, get it in there, give it some oomph. Come on. Kick it with power. I'm like, Ma, I'm in a fucking play, okay? Chill out. I'm about to kill Macbeth. Could you sit down? Could you save the orange slices for later, please? Oh, man. Tomorrow creeps. Ma, you're in a theater. You don't need a lawn chair, okay? She always asks me, like, Nick, what do you look for in a woman? Honestly, someone who'll settle. Like, I don't, I'm very average. I'm an average guy. I don't care. Like, I don't need someone to say I do. I just need someone to say, I guess. And then she always goes, Nick, why do you talk about yourself that way? Well, I don't know if you can tell on Zoom. I don't have a chin. So there's that. I think the worst part about not having a chin is that I'll never be able to hang myself. There you go. A little dark humor. Sometimes, it fluctuates, it's a thing. It's the room. Okay. That's it for me, guys. I love you all. Thank you so much. You've been fun.
Nick Carter, everyone.
Woo!
All right. Thank you so much, Nick. Dan, any updates on the feed?
Sure. I thought I'd give one more shout out to John McDonnell. I also see that Deal, I missed this during the last set, but she said it's awesome set, Ruth and Autumn. So, yeah. And there have been a lot of, encouragement along the way too. A lot of good comments here.
All right. Excellent. Thank you so much, Dan. Can find my notes for a second. I have a whole rundown of everything I have to say. It kind of creates like a semblance of organization to this show. So where Dan and I do this show twice a week, and we have a Facebook page, I happen to have a side project that I call Stu News. It's a Facebook comedy page that I've been running for about 7.5 years. We recently surpassed 1,800 likes and follows on Facebook. And yeah, if you're just looking for some quick hit topical humor, you can like and follow at facebook.com/StuNews or on my Twitter page, which is at HeyStu818. That's Hey Stu and my birthday. Without further ado, I'm actually genuinely honored to have this next guest in our show. They've been someone that we've been kind of running parallel lines with for many years in the same comedy communities in Chicago. They are presently based in Los Angeles, but at varying points have been Los Angeles, Chicago, maybe once in New York, who knows. Multi-hyphenate talent, a thespian, a musician, maybe a botanist. I'm not sure. Maybe they know something about making sure that your plants are healthy. You can find them on Twitter at Rivkah Reyes. You can find them at Patreon at Rivkah Reyes. Please welcome to our show at long last, the talented Rivkah Reyes.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Great.
Sounds good.
Okay. I love that you pegged me as a botanist. I will call that profiling. Just because I'm queer doesn't mean I can take care of a plant because I'm an alcoholic. So, all right. I moved to Los Angeles right before the pandemic. And the reasoning for that was because I actually got a job writing music for Taylor Swift, which is like, amazing. Like, absolutely. Okay. Nobody's clapping for me. That's fine. This is one of the songs that I did write for Taylor. The team liked it. However, it ended up not making it to the album. So I hope you enjoy this song. After you cheated and said that we were done, I never thought I'd love again. I laid in my bed crying, eating cinnamon buns, and watching old reruns of Friends. They were on a break. My therapist told me that it's time to move on. And to prove how old you I am, I'm hitting the salon. Gonna get an impulse breakup hairdo. Gonna get a new weave and dye it blue. Gonna get an impulse breakup hairdo. And it has absolutely nothing, okay, everything to do with you. Ooh, yeah. A week or two later, I check your Instagram, and you're making out with someone that's not me. What? After some light stalking, I find out her name is Sam, and she's vegan and a dancer, and she looks like me, but hotter. I'm totally over you, so this doesn't do any harm. And to prove how over you I am, check the ink on my arm. Gonna get an impulse breakup tattoo. You know where it was going. It was the lyric by my favorite band, Blink-182. Gonna get an impulse breakup tattoo. And it has absolutely nothing, okay, everything to do with you. And I guess this is growing up. You're too young. Okay, it turns out I'm not over you. I'm still a bit sad. And you left a bunch of clothes at my house. So I set them on fire and I watch it all burn. Hoping you feel it hoping you learn. Gonna do some impulse breakup voodoo. Come to your house and burn that shit down too. Gonna do some impulse breakup voodoo. And as your house burns down, you'll see my face and I'll be laughing on your corpse. It's absolutely nothing, okay, everything to do with, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. That is the song that I wrote for Taylor Swift. We absolutely love it. This one is so I suffer from anxiety. Heard of it? And this song is about something that gives me severe anxiety. This is also your reminder to hydrate. Jason Derulo. I came to a housewarming party. You waved at me from across the room. I asked my friend, do you know that guy? She said no, and I was filled with doom. I'm praying that you don't come over here, but it's too late, and now I'm facing my fear. You remembered my name, but I forgot yours. I introduced you to my friend, but you still didn't say your goddamn name. You remembered my name, but I forgot yours. You're forgettable. You're not memorable, so I'm not to blame. Yeah. Bridge, is it Josh? Is it Phil? Is it John? Is it Shane? I'm just pulling out my list of generic white boy names. Is it Matthew? Is it Chris? Your wrist look like a Chris. I hope that you do not resent me for this. We've been talking 10 minutes and I still have no clue. And I really don't mean to be rude. Trying real hard not to blow my cover, so I mumble. It's so nice to see you, dude. You remembered my name, but I forgot yours. So I asked for your number, but you said I already got it. You remembered my name, but I forgot yours. You remembered my name, but I forgot yours. You remembered my name, but I forgot yours. Is it Ethan or Evan or Daniel or Nathaniel? Ooh, because you're basic, you're boring like mayonnaise on white bread. You remember my motherfucking name and I forgot yours. So I asked how you spell it, and you say the normal way. You remember my name, but I forgot yours. So I'll just call you Chris till everyone else calls you Chris. And your mom and your dad, they will call you Chris too. And if the Chris thing don't work, I'll just kill myself. Kill myself. Yeah. Thank you.
Woo!
I thought I'd do one more, just to switch it up. I love covers, and thank you for sitting through my mouth noises. I love covers, and I do play the guitar, and so I figured I'd do a song that means a lot to me. In kind of a dark, unprecedented time. Oh my God. Okay. I get emotional. Sorry. And it's like not funny, so you don't have to laugh. That's okay. Sorry. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with a finger and a thumb in shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't start coming. Fed to the wood and I hit the ground. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back street? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. I took my love and I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I handle the seasons of my life. Can I sail through the changing ocean tide? Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yeah, I'm getting older too. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Thank you. I'm Rivkah Reyes. Follow me on all the things.
Thank you so much, Rivkah. Thank you.
Woo!
All right. If I do have one follow-up question for you, Rivkah. I know you. This was discussed before the show. Correct me if I'm wrong. You and Dan went to the same high school briefly, correct? There was like a 1-year overlap or something.
Oh yeah, baby. We went to the same
Yep.
high school, St. Ignatius College Prep.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
On the near south side. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting bit of trivia. I was gonna
Yeah, I
say-
was one of 5 Jews there. It was a bad experience for me.
I'm sure.
I can't begin to imagine. And
But
also,
we were.
my-
It was the first improv team I was ever on. Was with Dan.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was there.
What was the name of the team?
I think it was just St. Ignatius Improv. I don't think it had like a specific name.
I feel as though it had a name.
Oh wait, I think we gave ourselves names per show, and I don't remember
Yeah.
what it was. I think it was The Unfortunates.
Something like that.
It was something like that.
Classic.
Mhm.
Well, thank you all for having me.
Of course. And my apologies for assuming that you might be a botanist.
It's okay. You know, I plan on becoming one soon. I just I have a couple of you know, kind of amends to make and steps to take, and then we'll be able to get into plants.
That makes sense. That makes sense. In hindsight, I probably should have said tree surgeon. Oh, well, thank you so much, Rivkah, and to Nick, and to Jacob, And to Ophelia's Rope. Ophelia's Rope, you were delightful. As I mentioned before, we do this every Sunday and Wednesday, and we will be back this coming Wednesday. Yes, Inauguration Day, January 20th. We're going to have improv courtesy of the Magical Lying Hour. They do this really unique thing where one half of the duo rehearses lines from a classic play, and then the other half basically just, bullshits in response. A very unique approach to improv. Plus, we're going to have stand-up comedy from Lindsay Shaw, Daniel Parafan, and Amber Autry. So please make sure to check that out. We do this every Sunday and Wednesday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Dan, one last check-in before we get to our final act. Do we have any shout-outs, comments, questions?
Sure, I thought I'd give a couple shout-outs. One is to my Uncle Rock, who's watching. He is very specific about being called Uncle Rock in the comments. And also, I just thought I'd give a shout-out to my girlfriend, Sally, who I know is watching at home.
And also, the tip jar is still wide open. Again, each of our performers tonight are going home with at least $4. So if you can, make sure to donate to either my Venmo or Dan's Venmo. Without further ado, our final act of the evening are the co-hosts and co-producers of Semi-Regular Sundays, who until 10 months ago were hosting this show at Shakers on Clark, near the corner of Clark and Belmont in Chicago. This April, they'll be celebrating their 8th anniversary. And apparently 8 years ago today, we first became Facebook friends. They have performed in improv festivals in cities as far-flung and exotic as Omaha, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Baltimore, Maryland. The 5 stars of Chicago of International Improv. Please welcome to the stage, Flower Shop Bangers.
Woo!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Flower Shop Bangers. We're going to do some improv for you. Also, before we do improv, I just thought I'd point out that I have Stuart my Venmo right at the top of the screen. So if you want to give any last minute donations, that's where you do it. So we are the Flower Shop Bangers. We're going to do some improv for you, and we get weird with it. Yeah, I know. We're 10 points behind.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be a tough comeback regardless. I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, doing a trivia night always puts me on pins and needles.
I gotcha. It's. Yeah. That's a thing, The last category was sports. That's supposed to be our category.
Exactly. And that team 2 tables behind us, they just mopped us up.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thunk it, though? They had 4 questions about tennis. I don't know tennis.
It's like I can rattle off maybe 4 or 5 women's tennis players off the top of my head. I could probably name 5 other.
I can tell you maybe 3, I think. I don't even know.
Well,
I might even be mistaking sports at this point.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Women's tennis. Venus Williams, Serena Williams, Chris Evert, Martina Navratilova, Ivan Gulagong. Okay, that's 5.
That's 5. You had 5 there.
Maria
And
Sharapova.
I could not correct you on any of those.
Maria Sharapova at 6.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I had Venus and Serena in my head, and I had Maria Sharapova, right? I had that one, and I wasn't sure if that was a tennis player or a golfer. I genuinely didn't know.
That's 7.
Oh, there you go. You see, you named one.
Yeah.
I have no clue. I can't correct you on these things,
Yeah. Monica Seles, Martina Hingis, that's 9.
I don't know. I guess if they had some basketball questions, some baseball questions, some football questions.
Oh, yeah, true. I mean, I'm trying to think of men's tennis players. Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi, Rod Laver, Arthur Ashe, Rafael Nadal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are probably all right.
Yeah.
I recognize some of those.
I'm just getting in my head here. I mean, I get super competitive during trivia nights.
I know you're very competitive. They
Yeah,
are. You are a very competitive trivia player. As am I.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I feel like it's like our strengths and weaknesses kind of balance out.
Mhm.
It's like, I mean, you know all about movies. I know
Yeah.
all about Broadway shows.
Yeah.
You know about basketball. I know about baseball
Yeah.
and hockey. And, it's like we both know about, obscure Saturday morning cartoons.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll make sure you're not looking at your phone or anything like that. You're only looking.
No,
at
I'm
your
not
phone.
looking at my phone.
Okay.
But I can tell you the villain from the Mighty Ducks cartoon.
Okay.
It was Lord Dragonus.
Well, don't say it out loud.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I'm just showing off my trivia knowledge that I happen to have.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I get it,
I mean, I can tell you that at one point on Ninja Turtles,
Mhm.
Shredder got some mutant frogs, and they were all named after conquerors and emperors.
They were, huh? Wait, he got
Yeah,
mutant frog.
They're
Oh,
mutant turtles, and he basically set up an army of mutant frogs that were supposed to fight the Ninja Turtles, but then they ended up becoming friends with the Ninja Turtles. And I think their names were Genghis, Napoleon. Who were the other two conquerors?
I'm gonna be honest. That doesn't sound like a good plot. I'm sorry. I
It
don't mean
was
to
like
like.
one episode.
Yeah,
It
okay.
was one episode. Yeah, like mutant turtles, Ninja Turtles versus mutant
They
Ninja
were
Frogs.
really trying to that sounds like a really desperate attempt to sell you toys.
It did, and
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I still have my Napoleon action figure.
Okay. Wow.
Yes,
Wow. They did sell toys.
I guess so. I don't think they made figures for all four frogs, but I definitely remember the Hannibal and the Napoleon.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I think the fourth was Alexander.
There you go. Alexander the Great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like the Ninja Turtles were all named after artists.
There. Yeah. That feels less poetic though. Like naming them
It
after
does.
generals. It's kind of, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
ugh. I mean, maybe they could have done like beat poets.
Oh, that's true. They could have done Ginsberg, Kerouac.
I don't know, artists from a different era or something.
Carolyn Eddy.
Yeah.
Burroughs.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that those don't sound like ninja names, but honestly, does
True.
Donatello sound like a ninja name to you?
I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the justification.
I gotcha. You kind of do
Yeah.
grow up with those, so you kind of associate that with that. But I feel
Yeah.
like hopping from Renaissance artists to ninjas is kind of a big leap.
Mhm.
Emperors to ninjas to amphibious ninjas sounds
Mhm.
like less of a leap. But
True.
at the same time, it completely changes this whole this juxtaposition.
I suppose it does.
Yeah.
And I think we were just going for Renaissance artists because I think Donatello was the one true sculptor out of the group, and the other three were painters.
Yeah.
You have to admit, this next round of trivia night is taking forever.
I gotcha. You want another beer?
Yeah, sure. I'll take another IPA.
Yeah, sure. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Lord. Here.
Oh man, I love how they have like the fast service here.
They do have very quick service.
Ooh.
You know.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I mean, truth be told, though, they do want to get you good and drunk, and maybe it's part of the problem. I don't know. I mean, like, maybe the problem is that I don't learn about things that I don't like. Like you just recited this episode of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I don't like that plot line, so I'm probably just not going to learn about it. I'm not going to learn those facts I don't want to know about. I have strong preferences, kind of like tennis. I don't like tennis, so I don't learn about it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I feel like you just memorize facts just to know facts, though.
All right, it's time for the next round. It's round 4. Make sure you have your pens and papers ready.
Yeah.
All right. The category is cartoon characters.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Question number 1. Okay. In the comic strip Peanuts, this character is not named after the winner of the 1962 Nobel Peace Prize.
Not.
Wait.
Wait.
Okay.
This character is not named after the.
Nobel Peace Prize. Okay.
Well,
Okay,
I
let's
mean, like the thing is, like there are several characters in Peanuts, and if the clue is that this was not named after the, so that would mean basically it's any character in the show
Yeah, so we
Peanuts.
have to think who won a Nobel Peace Prize and shares a name with a character in the Peanuts game, but it's just a coincidence. So was there a Nobel Peace Prize winner
Well-
named Shirley? Was there one named Snoopy?
I
it
mean, there could be
Lucy?
a Linus. There could be a,
Could be Linus.
yeah.
There could well be a Linus.
I mean, truth be told, what if there was a Pigpen?
Ooh,
Have you ever thought of that? Like, what if there was a Nobel Prize winner named Pigpen
or a Schroeder?
or Schroeder?
Yeah, it could be a
Oh, it
Schroeder.
could be a Schroeder.
Yeah,
I could see a
don't think it
Schroeder.
was- Not Woodstock.
No, or I mean,
Well-
Snoopy. You never know. I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
I think it would be very funny if that happened. You know, if there was a
Mm-hmm.
Snoopy who won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny, but we need to get these points.
Okay, fine.
Again, the
gotcha.
question. This character in the Peanuts gang is not named after the winner of the 1962 Nobel Peace Prize.
I mean, you think it's like a first name, last name thing? In that case, I kind of know Charlie Brown. You know,
It could be Van Pelt. Maybe someone named Van Pelt.
Van Pelt.
All right, question number 2.
Oh Lord, we've discussed that for way too long.
Okay, yeah. Question number 2. All right. This beloved cartoon cat is not named after our 20th U.S. president. Oh, that's an easy one. Write it down, write it down, write it
Oh,
down.
what,
Write it down.
well, then tell me what the answer is.
Garfield.
Oh, that makes sense. There we go. He's not named after the president, though?
Fucking with us.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Right, maybe Jen Davis just kind of came up with the name Garfield, or like the name Garfield. Maybe it's not named after James Garfield.
I mean, you're probably right. Yeah. That one does. I mean, do you think it's too easy, though? Do you think it's like, well, there were no presidents named Felix, right?
Heathcliff.
Huh?
We never had a president named Heathcliff.
No.
Okay.
What are other cartoon cats? I mean, maybe we need to eliminate
Morris? Morris the cat
all of them. Mm-hmm.
from the cat food commercials.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sylvester.
Again, question number 2. This lovable cartoon cat is not named after our 20th U.S. president. I mean, I know number 20 is Garfield.
Okay, then let's go with Garfield.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to like, you know, I know you can recite the presidents
Mhm.
very quickly
Yeah. and
if you
we-
wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, it's how I pick up girls. I mean,
Wow, yeah. I mean, at trivia night, I think that would pick up girls, you know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mhm.
Right, exactly. I mean, hey, I want to get this $50 gift card.
I gotcha, you know.
Yeah, you want that $50 gift card.
Truth be told, it's a much coveted $50 gift card.
They have good boneless wings here. I have to-
Yeah, it's true.
All right, question number 3. All right. This beloved cartoon boy, created by Bill Watterson, is, in fact, named after the creator of the Methodist Church.
I mean, yeah, that's Calvin.
Okay, yeah, as in Calvinism. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Calvinism, John Calvin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Believed in predestination. Some people are supposed to go to heaven. Some people are, you know,
Mhm.
I don't know. That concept makes no sense to me. But also, like, apparently you're born and all of a sudden you go to heaven or you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
You wonder why there's so many jaded Christians in the world sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Mhm. All right. Well, anyway, it's down. It's Calvin. We all know that one. That one's easy.
Exactly. Just Calvin, you could put John in parentheses if he asks. All right, again, repeat. Question number 3. All right, this cartoon little boy created by Bill Watterson is named after the founder of the Methodist Church.
Mhm. All right. Well, I think we can know this one. One question I'm going to say, though, is this guy seems to be going a lot with comic strips. You know?
Well, the category is cartoon characters.
I mean, yes, it is cartoon characters, but, you know, there are cartoons on television as well, you know?
Oh, yeah, true.
That's true, you know.
true.
I wonder if the next question, like, are they just going to stick with comic strips? Because it seems like we kind of have these comic strips down, but...
Okay. Question number 4.
Okay.
Question number 4. This comic strip, created by Stefan Pastis in 2001, is named after a painting by Hieronymus Bosch. What the fuck?
What did you find if it's Bosch?
Hieronymus Bosch.
Who is that?
This really insane painting that he made like in the 14th century.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be Kevin before Hill. It has like 3 words in it. Hieronymus Bosch. Okay, I have to.
Hagar the Horrible. I don't know. I'm just throwing out something here. I'm just throwing out a comic strip right now. Pearls Before Swine.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's
There
a
we
good
go.
one. Okay,
We can throw in Pearls Before Swine. I'm just going to throw it down. I don't know the answer. I'm just going to throw in Pearls Before Swine. That's a comic strip I know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw on Family Circus for that first one. What do you think? I don't even remember what the question was, but I know we didn't have an answer.
Question number 4. I will repeat. Question number 4.
Mm-hmm.
This comic strip, created by Stefan Pastis, that started in 2001, is named after a painting by Hieronymus Bosch.
You know, honestly, 2001 sounds pretty good for Pearls Before Swine.
Okay. All right.
I think so.
All right. Okay. All right, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Question number 5. Question number 5. All right. Make sure you have your pencils and papers ready. Question number 5. This single panel comic strip, which ended in 1995, was not drawn by a 3-time Super Bowl player from the Minnesota Vikings. Okay.
I mean, single panel is The Far Side.
Okay, it must be.
I mean,
we're asking for the name of the cartoonist and the comic strip. Great.
Who drew The Far Side? I should know this. I should really know this. It's definitely on my bookshelf.
It's a short name.
Yeah.
He shares his name with a football player. Okay.
Gosh.
Here is a hint. Both the cartoonist and the football player are from Minnesota.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm sure that helps.
Like a very Swedish sounding name.
Is it
Larson?
Oh, Gary Larson.
Well,
It's
don't
Gary.
yell it.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't give answers the way I know, but it's Gary Larson.
I'm sorry, but we're going to have to disqualify you. We heard you yelling.
Wow.
Damn it.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably stick around, order some boneless wings, and just answer the questions on our own. Maybe you think it'd be cool with that?
By the way, what was number 4? Was that Pearls Before Swine?
Huh.
He's nodding.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Well, we may as well just get shit faced.
Yeah. Why not? Want another beer?
That's our show.
Woo!
Thank you so much to all of our performers tonight. Thank you to Rivkah Reyes, to Jacob Williams, welcome to Cut Out Early, to ladies, Ophelia, and to Boston by way of New York, Mr. Carter. Again, we do this every single Wednesday. Thank you to our lovely audience. Thank you to everyone who has supported us over these last 10 months or probably for many months to come, depending on how this pandemic plans out. In the meantime, please wash your hands. Please stay a minimum 6 feet away from strangers and acquaintances.